How has technology affected work over time, and how will that change in the future? My stimulative package reference was Derek Thompson, One Without Work. In that source, he talks about how technology might not be able to take over all jobs in the future because it does have some limitations. But in my argument, I'm going to be talking about how technology is going to be able to take over all work in the future and how it doesn't have limitations. Historical. In the past, technology used to be like the Nokia phone, small, and it could only really make calls and texts. But recently we have gone to smartphones like the iPhone and Samsung Galaxy, and they have so much more capabilities like accessing the internet just in our pockets. As stated by Lisa Lomas, from the late 1990s onwards, phones have been getting smarter. In 2003, less than 1% of phones were considered to be smart, yet now it's becoming the norm. We are seeing more and more new users in developing countries such as Africa, as the models become cheaper and cheaper to manufacture and buy. Nearly 2/5 of all mobile phone users, close to 1/4 of the worldwide population, will use a smartphone at least monthly in 2014. Initially, BlackBerry changed the way that we communicate and was a powerful force improving global communication. Now with the iPhone and Samsung Galaxy, we have the world at our fingertips from wherever we are. That just kind of shows how much technology has changed over time, and just imagine if technology has changed that much over time, what can happen in the future. Scientific. There have been new advancements in technology. Technological trends show that in the future, technology will be able to change enough to take over all jobs. And that some people say that new technologies don't show much change, but they are wrong because new technologies have been taking over some jobs. Actually, in McDonald's, like cashiers, technology has already started. Technology has already started to take the jobs of teachers and travel agents. And then, as stated by Dan Shewan, in the McDonald's on the corner of 3rd Avenue and 58th Street in New York doesn't look all that different from any of the fast food chains' other locations across the country. Inside, however, hungry patrons are welcomed not by with a cashier waiting to take their order, but by a Create Your Taste kiosk, an automated touchscreen system that allows customers to create their own burgers without interacting with another human being. And that just kind of shows that technology has already become good enough to take over some jobs. So in the future, technology should be able to change enough. Futuristic. Technology will be more advanced in the future. As I stated previously, it's been changing so much that just in the future, imagine what technology will be. And then Carl Bass, the CEO of Autodesk, states, "The factory of the future will only have 2 employees, a man and a dog. The man will be there to feed the dog. The dog will be there to keep the man from touching the equipment." And that quote just kind of shows how much just even Carl Bass, the CEO of Autodesk, a company that makes technology, says that in the future technology will take over all jobs enough to, like, the factories will be completely automated. That just shows how much technology can change. Counter. Some people think technology will eventually hit a limit and that some jobs will be safe. They just simply can't conceive what technology is capable of the future and just how much technology can change over time. They just can't conceive that technology has changed so much and that it will continue to do so. My solution to this problem is universal income. For universal income, it only solves the poverty rates. It doesn't really solve the unemployment rates at the moment. All we can really do is just try and solve poverty, because machines will always be preferred by companies over humans just because machines can do jobs a lot faster. So at the moment, this is the best solution. Technology has changed a lot over time, so just imagine what can happen in the future.
Okay, question for you, Andrew. The first question is, how valid and reliable are the sources that you've used, and how do you know? And then which sources did not work?
I feel like my sources are fairly credible because I cited them from Google Scholar and looked for sources that College Board had previously used, like Derek Thompson's A World Without Work. I looked on that website to find even more sources that were made by him and other people that were still credible.
Did any not work for you?
I had one where the author of the article wasn't that credible, so I decided not to include him in this presentation. I think it was Nam Moses.
Okay, and then my other question for you is, what might be the real world implications or consequences of your findings, and what are the implications to our community?
With my solution, the implications would be that poverty would not decrease as much, but the unemployment rates would still continue to drop. And with this problem, there's no really solving that because companies want machines rather than people.
And is there any specific connection to our community?
Yes, with the McDonald's near our community, they're starting to implicate technologies such as the kiosks that allow you to order without talking to someone.
Okay.